The City of Angels is black and gold. You are listening to the Heart of LAFC podcast. And now, Joseph Zacher.
Greetings, Los Angeles. Welcome to episode 409 of the Heart of LAFC podcast. We're going to call this one legendary as we have two amazing matches behind us. A day of celebration coming up on Sunday, surrounded by legends. It's all good news, that's for sure, for this episode. Of course, I can't do it alone. We've got the crew here. We've got Bam. We've got Tony. That's right. We're assembled, making it happen. Bam looking strong today, on time, ready to go. How are you doing, Bam?
Not too bad. I'm glad that we were able to push it to be able to do it today because yesterday was a busy day. Got a little bit stuck at work and then went to the city to watch some AFL finals, the preliminary final. So my team, Hawthorn, unfortunately started off great but lost the game. So we don't make the grand final, but it's always next year. And yeah, let's get into this after we check in with Tony and talk about these last two games.
Heck yeah. Which brings us to Tony. Tony, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, getting ready for this weekend. I'm going to be super tired because, yes, we do. Of course, I'll be at the game for, against Real Salt Lake and then, of course, the whole Vela presentation. But I'll be super up and early to watch the derby against fitting Roma versus, for PG purposes, Lazio. If you know the history of what I can call them, yeah, I would call them. But to keep us PG and simple here, it's Lazio. So Roma versus Lazio. So it's going to be a good game. Hopefully, I can try to find the third Roma kit and to wear for the game. But other than that, ready for this one. Excited. It's been a crazy last two games, as we saw. And spoiler alert. And it looked like, just a Freaky Friday of switching sides.
Yeah, man, it's been busy. I know we didn't come on Thursday and do our thing. Like I said, Bam had things to do. I had things to do. Friday just seems right. And we like to go out, 2 days before game day anyway. So it's kind of a good vibe, honestly. So yes, this is what we're doing. Like you said, Tony's going to be watching that game. He'll be saving his voice, though. The performance will be ready, especially when we're celebrating Carlos Vela. He will be primed and ready to go, as will I. I think I will actually be in the North End this time. That is my hopes. Back in the mix again. So we'll be good. Now, in the lead up to that, of course, there was a lot of good news, not only with the game. We also had some player extensions, some contract extensions that are very good news. Valencia, of course, is extended. Who else am I missing? I think there was another player mentioned, but it's
Tillman.
Good. There we go. Tillman extend. And then there was one other one today. Yeboah?
Yes, Yeboah. Yes.
Yeboah. So
that was announced more. That was announced like kind of more low key than the other ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Palencia to me, I'm beyond happy. He's staying with us. Such an important player. Again, the sandpaper when necessary, that's for sure. And he always gives everything he's got to the team. So good news again. Players back in the mix. Everyone looking kind of happy. And of course, the two games. I know we didn't cover the last two. So here we are to do it now. Good thing is they were very similar to each other in terms of performance. So we don't have to spend too much time, but we will celebrate it a bit. Of course, the first game was the 4-2 victory against the San Jose Earthquakes in Santa Clara at the 49ers Stadium. I guess record crowd for the Earthquakes, thanks to us, let's be honest. And then, didn't hold back, right? The goals came quick. I'll throw it over to Tony. Pretty game, right? Who got the goals here? What happened?
Let's just start off in pretty much the first minute. Like, Sun breaks open the scoring, and it's, again, mind you, we have to talk about it. We do not do well in that stadium at the moment. You know what I mean? Every time we've gone up there, it's always been a very lackluster performance, is the best way to say it. And then we just started off with the goal with Son. So at the beginning of it, let's just be honest, I personally was like excited, but also weary because, as most of you all know, when we score the goal, we go into let's park the bus, and that is too early to park the bus. But luckily, it didn't wait too long. 9th minute, Bouanga's for the start of his hat trick and the start to being the all-time leading goal scorer of LAFC. Spoiler alert. Sorry about that. But and then 12th minute, Bouanga again, goal. And it looked like the first half, we just had control of it. Mr. Cristiano, I have a question for you guys. We can talk about this in the mention of it. How did you guys love the ref cam for this situation?
We got up close and personal with Palencia in the moment.
Yeah, the yellow card that he ended up getting, but yes.
I dig it. I like the more that we hear from the referees, the more clarity we get, the more we see with those guys, the better. Honestly, we need more of it anyway. What were you going to say, Bam?
I agree completely. It's a new feature. I think more leagues need to take it into aspects just for those absolute sickos like us that will watch anything, will in like any football game, will watch and all that, and be able to watch and get a up close vision of A, what the ref sees, B, what the ref says, and C, what is said to the refs. It just makes it a lot more immersive for us, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, the challenging aspect. We see it from far away. You see him from a distance. It looks easy from a distance. But we're in the melee and the speed of the game. It's really great to see. I know there was one Netflix series that I saw where it was UEFA Champions League referees, and it was following them around, and it was all close-ups like that. And it reminded me a lot of that documentary, which was really cool. I wouldn't be above them doing that for MLS, following these guys and what they have to deal with. Again, little humanity is a good thing, so keep it up. It's a good innovation, that's for sure. Tony, you did enjoy it, right?
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it. You got to see more up close and personal, not with just only Palencia, but also Chicho. You know what I mean? You got to see the little knickknacks and like a little bit elbowing up close and personal of what a referee has to deal with during those corner kicks. Because most of the time, you don't really see that. You see them from afar, unless you're at the game and you're super close to that, then you see it. But most of the time, you're not focusing on that. So it was a really good one. But again, going back to the actual game, yes, San Jose did kind of try to come back, but at that first half, we came in control, and that was our strongest half. And I have to say that because, unfortunately, we kind of let the ball in. Sorry, I missed the goal by Preston Jude in the 18th minute. So it was a 3. So we were up like 3-1, but we kind of that was more of like, again, that is the cautionary tale of what happens with us is we let the gas pedal off a little too much and just sit back and absorb too much pressure.
Yes, it's a thing we do. We kind of just, we'll just absorb now, right? We'll rest a bit, and then it bites us every time. It's been consistent where it bites us. Thankfully, though, they're a little more efficient these last few games, right, Tony?
Yes. For pretty much the second half, it was a good, strong performance by, we're just going to say, I would say the player of the second half, Lloris. You know what I mean? Kept that goal really tight. Yes. Unfortunately, Bouanga gets his hat trick in the 87th minute. Congratulations. Ties it. We're all excited. Is he or is he not going to break it against RSL? But which game? We'll get to that in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And LAFC players still wanted to score. So you know what we had to do? Palencia wanted to be on the scoreboard. Now, for whose scoreboard? Unfortunately, not ours. It was for them. And that ends up 4-2. We end up winning 3 points. Yes, there was some playoff implications because if we would have lost or tied, Carson would have been eliminated from the playoff hunt. They're still
Right.
mathematically in the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
So
we'll give you guys the magic numbers too to have fun with this too.
yeah, exactly. So that's how it ends. 4-2, go in the road. Now we have to ship off into Salty, Utah, and play RSL for, again, I do not understand why they call themselves Real Salt Lake or Real Salt Lake when history on why certain teams in Spain are called Real, because they are, we'll just say, blessed by the king of Spain. That's where the Real comes from. So unless I'm missing something and Utah has a king somewhere,
Well,
do the math.
you know, it's like a roadside attraction. They have a real Salt Lake. Maybe. It's really salty. We all know it's a dumb name. It doesn't make much sense at all. If you've been there, you know. They don't really play in Salt Lake either. They play in Sandy. I'm just saying. They're kind of out of the way anyway. But yeah, it's a lame name. It's classic MLS where you want to sound like something bigger than you are. So you take the names from somewhere else and go, we'll stick with it that way. We'll put the FC in the front. We'll put the FC in the back. We'll just classic. So yeah, those guys. Now let's bring it to the game. Short rest, back onto it. Yeah. Interesting lineup for this game. A little different, I would say. In this case, Lloris was in goal, as always. Backline was Segura, Tafari, and Porteous. Yep. And then you had your Hollingshead and Plenty on the outsides, who were technically 3-4-3, but you all saw how it worked out. And then Delgado and Chouanier holding it down in the midfield. Up top, Sonny, Bouanga, Tillman this time. Yeah, a little bit different. We knew we had some shortages because of injuries, especially up top. So they had to do something different. So this is what we came up with. You know, I guess it works because it didn't take us long to make an impact in this game, right, Tony?
No, it did not. Again, deja vu of what just happened of last one. Again, since we are on Friday, a little bit of a Freaky Friday, if you might not ask. Go watch the movie. Is actually the new one up to par. I still like the original Freaky Friday. If you want to go really old school, there's another Freaky Friday that's before this one, but
Yes.
Lindsay Lohan is that one. But so we get into it. Mind you, I'm in Colorado watching it an hour before you had, and I think I should have just stayed there because get into it and not even what? Couple minutes in, 3 minutes in.
Yeah, 3 total minutes.
Yeah. Rinse and repeat. Son again with a run, a great pass from, I think it was Palencia, or was it? Oh, sorry. A great pass from Tillman. Sorry. Apologies. Apologies. We forget he's there sometimes, sometimes good, sometimes bad. Thank you. We have him back for another one. Hopefully he improves. But a nice streaking goal. Son puts it up in the head. And that's the start of another one we get to the second goal at the 16th minute. Great pass from Hollingshead with vision to find him, and a goal that we've seen before on the right-hand side or the left-hand side from another player who we're going to be talking about for the next game. Son puts it up 2-0, and we had some scary moments. There was a penalty that was called. Unfortunately, Hollingshead clipped him, get in there, and then the ball never lies. Was it a foul? I'll call it a foul. It is what it is. But the luck on the bounce to hit not just the post and roll towards the goal and hit Lloris, most of those times, anytime it hits the keeper, it goes in. Lucky for us, doesn't go in. We go into the half 2-0.
Yeah, I don't know how that didn't carry him in, to be honest. We were lucky on that one. I'll take it. Again, it was kind of a soft one. The reaction was what got the call. Let's be honest. It was so out there. But yeah, justice. Didn't score. Said player tried to make it a little too cheeky for his first ever goal with the team, and then he just becomes the laughing stock, to be honest. That was embarrassing the way he approached it. Cost them. We continue on. That second goal, man. I said you mentioned it. without mentioning it, with Carlos Vela and his distance shots. I don't know. Sonny made that look so easy from that distance. It made it look effortless. It was, to me, one of the prettiest ones I've seen in a while for a player in LAFC jersey, because again, not easy, not even remotely easy, and he makes it look easy. That was the brilliant part of that. First half, exactly what we needed from the guys outside of the funky penalty. Bam, your thoughts on that first half?
For me, the first half was amazing. I was driving back from a quick trip up to Bendigo to drop stuff off to get fixed for work. And obviously, countryside Victoria, not much radio station out there. So I was able to click onto ESPN LA via their website, listen to Dave Denholm on there, who, again, if you can't watch the game live or if you can't watch on TV, tune in. Absolutely amazing to listen to. Hearing him call Son's first 2 goals again were amazing, and we just seemed a lot more cohesive, a lot more smooth with the passes. Like the pass from Tillman to Son for his first goal was just pinpoint and amazing. And Hollingshead doing the same thing. Going into it, you just can't wait to see what's going to happen in the second half.
Right. And it was fun. I'll dare to say it. It was fun to watch. Usually it's nail biters on the road, especially in Salt Lake and San Jose. We have some odd games up there. This one just looked like the guys were rolling, man, having a good time with it. They were enjoying it as much as we were enjoying it, which is nice to see from the squad. Now, second half kicks off. Yeah, it gets a little bit different, but still, the story remains close to the same, right, Tony?
Yeah. Unfortunately, sorry to little mistake, mental mistake, which I get those a lot. That penalty was in the second half at the 56th minute. He misses it. And then we get some substitutions. We get Moran, if I remember. No, Moran. Thank you.
Morin.
Apologies. I am again hearing
We're learning.
hearing it on the newscasters and then saying it. So we see him subbed in for Tillman, and not even a minute in, he makes his presence known in the best possible worst way. Gets a yellow card right off the bat. First touch, yellow card. Let's go. And
let them know you're there.
Yeah, exactly. And then we get, honestly, I know there were some good goals, but this was the goal of the game. Let's be honest. Wonder goal by Gozo. Off like nice little ricochet, finds it in between players with the acrobatic kind of like bicycle, like scissor kick, puts in the behind the net. Lloris, yes, could have blocked it, but unfortunately he didn't. And that goal was just something. Let's just be honest. That was like, if it's not goal of the week,
Tafari, like the ultimate posterized play on that, right? Not much you can do either on that reaction. It was kind of a bounce and pops up, and just the sheer power of it. And of course, Gozo is like 18. He's a kid, man. Doing that kind of stuff. Impressive. Again, if you're going to give one up, yeah, okay. I can accept that kind of a goal, because that was world class. Good thing is we didn't put our heads down, right? I think it woke us up more than anything else.
Yeah.
And we continue on. Go for it, Tony.
At 82nd minute, we have a breakaway with Bwanga. And we see something that is like a rainbow, like a unicorn, that we see most of the times on those breakaways. Let's be honest. And I think it's because he has trust in his partner up front, which I don't think he's had for a while. Mind you, he's had to put everything on his back. Let me preface this. It's gonna be weird for me to say. Denis Bwanga passes the ball on a breakaway to Sonny to score his hat trick, his first hat trick of the MLS. And there you go. They have a nice little celebration, fun little, like, he tries to do his little flip, but it looks like an old flip from Mr. Keane.
It looks like my kid doing a somersault.
Yeah, it looks like Keane. It looks like Keane.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. Like, yes, he played Carson, but you can't deny Keane for what he did outside before he came to LA or Carson. And, Bwanga decided to celebrate the same way, and it's just fun. And then we get into the dying minutes of the 88th minute, and Bouanga. So we get Bouanga on a breakaway. Martinez is there, but Bouanga decides to take it and finishes off and becomes the all-time leading scorer for LAFC. Mind you, it would have been nice to break it at home. A lot of people wanted that. I would, like me personally, just get it over with. Get it when you can, because you never know when you'll have that opportunity. So it was nice. And then we never mentioned cards because it's not that valuable unless it's going to be for cards that don't play for the next game for us.
Right.
And I never mentioned cards for the players on the opposite team. But I can't say his last name, so you're going to have to help me. Olatunji. Victor Olatunji gets a red card in the 93rd minute. Mind you, we don't have to worry about him now because the next game is against us. So we can already rule him out moving forward. We leave Salty Utah 4-1. Bouanga with a hat trick. Denis, all-time leading scorer for LAFC. And again, 2 hat tricks, 2 games back. We come back and now we get to see what we can do. And mind you, 2 games in a row winning, and that improves our chances of maybe moving up a little bit.
It does. Now, I will say this. If I'm Bouanga, I'm taking that goal too. Not only is he still in the golden boot race, if you get the ball from your own half, you turn a defender, you put in all that work, you better finish it, right? You got to, man. You earn that. No, you're not going to lay that one off. No, you got to be selfish. Remember, Sonny was off the field already at this point, so you're not looking to pass. Come on now. I think my favorite part of that game was after the reactions of the players, Denny, Sonny, everybody. There's swagger, man. There's a different. They hold themselves up differently right now. You can tell the chemistry is feeling like it's instant at this point. So that is good news. I'll go to you, Bam. Your thoughts on the game itself, the result. Feeling pretty good, right?
Oh, 100% feeling quite good. You know, the boys out there, they seem like, as you said, they're having fun together. They're playing like a bunch of kids. You know, just out there having fun. Bouanga's comfortable to pass to Sonny instead of taking on the goalie one-on-one. And just seeing stuff like that, you sit back and go, what more can you ask for? And like, before we came on live, I did some research, and both our players are contracted. Both Bouanga and Sonny are contracted for 2026 and 2027 with us. So looking at that I'm really looking forward to how they go with a full season together. That's what I'm really looking forward to.
Preseason warm-up, the whole thing, everybody healthy, everybody rested. They already look good now, but just imagine. And, of course, team bolstered a bit more, right? Roster will be a little bit more solid going in. Yeah. The other thing that stood out to me from this game as well, we only had 9 shot attempts in this game, which is low for us. 6 were on target. 4 of those scored. That's not a stat you see from LAFC. That's efficiency. The game before that was the same story. Not a whole lot of shots, but man, they were on target. I welcome change for 2 games. See what happens, right? More efficient. What do you get? Now, I'll tell you what we really do get now that we have these results. The playoff hunt gets that much better. So thanks to playoff status, give credit where credit is due. We've got your breakdown. We've got your magic numbers showing us where we could finish, where we'll likely finish, and what happens if we actually get a string of wins and run the table. Now, here we go. San Diego FC, definitely first place right now, 56 points, right? 30 games already played. Then it comes Minnesota United, 54 points, 30 games already played. Whitecaps at 52 points. Yeah, same as us, 28 games played, and then comes us right after that, 47 points. Now, that being said, if you're looking at probabilities, the way the schedule plays, we have a 53% chance of finishing in 4th at this stage. And that's talking about typical results, points per game being what they are. The odds are showing we're leaning towards 4th. There's a 23% chance of finishing third, an 11% chance of finishing second, and a 4% chance of finishing first. So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah, 4%, not so high. You're going to need to collapse from some other folks to get there. And you're going, well, you mean San Diego? No, I'm meaning the Whitecaps, because those guys look proper right now. They look scary. And they're on the same game. They don't have the games in hand like we have on the other two teams, right? They're same games as us. So that's a shootout, and they're ahead of us. It's tough. You're going to need to see somebody crumble here. And it's the Whitecaps, to me, that are the greatest threat. San Diego FC and Minnesota United can be caught because we have the games in hand. They're going to have to slip. They got to slip. All right. It's that simple. Now, on the bottom side of it, you guys totally mentioned Carson. Carson right now is 99% no playoffs. Straight up. They have a 1% chance of making it, and that probably ends this weekend. Yes. Go for it.
With that too, just jumped on the MLS website. They will be eliminated if they lose or draw to Cincinnati this weekend.
Correct.
Or San Jose win against St. Louis. Or Dallas win versus Colorado. Or RSL wins this weekend.
Exactly. So their chances of making it are pretty much none. I mean, we have how many games left? 4 to go or whatever? We'll go over it. What you can tell is there's not enough games, and every day is an elimination day for them. Just something has to fall a certain way, and it's just likely will. So they're done. Our end of it, though, it's pretty good. Now, schedule that remains. We have Salt Lake at home. We have St. Louis on the road. We have Atlanta at home, Toronto at home, and then we finish out the season with 2 games on the road, one in Austin, one in Colorado. Yes, so your 6 games are left. There's a lot of points to play. It ain't easy with so many road games, but we did ourselves a huge favor by getting 2 road wins here. That's massive for us. So what does that mean wins-wise? Well, if you happen to win all of your games, 6 for 6. Yeah, this is MLS. We know how this runs. You then have a 41% chance of finishing first, a 44% chance of finishing second. And then it drops off pretty hard. That's interesting. 5 of 6, you then have a 45% chance of finishing third, 30% chance of finishing second, 6% chance of finishing first, and a 20% chance of finishing in 4th place. 4 of 6, you lost 2 of those games. You're about a 67% chance of finishing in 4th place, so that's your highest percentage there. You look at it here, if it's only 3 of 6, so win half your games, 84% chance of finishing 4th. Yeah, high percentage, right? You're looking at locking that in if that's the case, and no chance of finishing first, of course, at that stage. Now, only 2 wins, only 2, and you're like, come on, look at these guys. Only 2 wins, you'd still be a 53% chance of finishing 4th. You see the likely spot we're going to fall into here? That's a lot of wins. You're still getting stuck in that 4th place spot. Now, if you only win the 1 game, here's your bright highlight of this match. If you take out Salt Lake on Sunday, guess what that means? That means you're in the playoffs. That means actually you only have a 1% chance of finishing 8th if you just win 1 game. It gives you a 59% chance of finishing 5th if you just win the next game. So your odds are stacked that you're going to be 4, 5, or 6 if you just get the next win. How important those 2 road games are. We're not talking about the play-in game anymore. You got a less than 1% chance if you just get the win this Sunday. So, yes, this match is massive for us. It gives us a great chance. Now, if you want that first round bye, not having to deal with that play-in game, get the win this weekend. If the Rapids lose or tie to FC Dallas, spot 7 is secured. Yeah. That's good news, right? And it's kind of likely with FC Dallas and Rapids. So draw might happen there. It could get better for us. Spot 9 again. It's even a tie gets us locked in. So yeah, this is the day, right? This is our chance to qualify for the playoffs, eliminate some others, and there will be some eliminated if we do get the win. So get the job done. It's that simple. There is a chance at first. It is slim. There's a high probability of fourth. It's the highest probability of all these scenarios is fourth place. But you string them out. You string out those wins. You're looking at first or second. Pretty decent, I'd say. Your thoughts on this one, Tony? What do you think, man?
Pretty decent chance. Like I said, if we're doing the same way we're doing, like everyone's counting us to win something. Like now, mind you, the road to there is depending on what we do. And I like our chances of hosting multiple home games now, especially with the schedule and especially what we're doing. And again, 2 games in hand is a lot, and we can only control what we do at this point. Like 100%, like what everyone else can do, we can't worry about it. Focus on what we can do, and then let the chips fall after that.
Yep. So yeah, again, 4 or less wins, that 4th seed seems like it's a lock at this point. So that's how you got to see it. You just got to win one by one. The guys are looking proper. One by one, we make this happen. Again, other teams have to get results to be where they need to be, and a lot of conference rivals are playing in the next few days. There's a good cross-up from playoff teams. So it will be difficult for everyone at the end here to see where they fall. So that's kind of good news. I do see some reactions from the faithful. I'm going to jump over there, see what you guys are up to here. Love it when you guys leave the comments. That's why we do this thing, man. All right, Dave. Reliable Dave Gomez in the mix. He says, hey, familia, let's do this. He says, how's the injury list going? The injury list is massive. I think that's the easiest way to do this. Bam, do you want to throw up the injury list to everybody to mention who's actually hurt right now? I can get a few off the top of my head, but it looks decent.
Yeah, obviously the 3 that we know are out for the rest of the season, they'll always be up there. The rest of them haven't been officially released for us on MLS yet. A lot of it still will be released Saturday, so tomorrow on the MLS website will be released there, where everyone else obviously has it too. Just going to jump ahead to one of the other comments on there from Dave Gomez about Wong sitting on 4 yellows. He is, and so is Tillman. They're the only 2 players from us that are 1 yellow away from suspension. So still going to be a bit good there.
Yeah, it's real. We could lose them all, both for the next after if they get their yellow cards. So we got to be smart about that. So no taking off your shirt, Danny. And then Dave, of course, says Sergey is the best. Agreed. Yes, Tony.
Did you see the yellow card of the player taking off his shirt but had his jersey still on under that jersey?
I mean, it's technically the rules, right? Like,
have you seen that?
Yeah,
have you seen that video?
I have.
And he gets what is it, a red card? Or he gets a yellow card, but I think it's like because it's a second yellow, he gets a red.
Yeah. Thought he was being clever.
Yeah.
You take your shirt off, it's a yellow card. Doesn't matter what's underneath it. It is the darn rule. I know it's annoying. I wish the rule would go away. I got to be honest with you guys. Having watched this game since forever ago, shirts off was pretty normal for me growing up. Like seeing it, this was the thing. Like that was the norm, and then all of a sudden, that's just not cool anymore. And I don't get it. Whatever. I'm good with it. All the selling we're gonna do, I'm good with celebrations. But modern game is a little different these days. Q says I wish I could stay and listen live. We'll have to catch it tomorrow morning. He's doing the 5K early, so good on you, Q, for doing the 5K. Love it, man. Good work. Let's see. Dave said he liked the last lineup against RSL. It worked, man. Tillman actually stepped up in that lineup. I thought he actually thrived in it, so that was good. Oh, Q also mentioned that the Yokohama F Marinos are still surviving by goal differential. Yeah, if you watch J League, they went from being dead to rights to now pushing other teams into the zone. I'm just hoping both Yokohama teams survive, because now it's looking like the other Yokohama team's at risk. So, yeah. Bam's laughing at me right now.
One goes down, why don't both of them go down?
Yeah. Do you want both of them to go down? Poor Yokohama.
Why not?
The other side's plucky, man. We know the F Marinos, they've been around forever, but the other team, I mean, they need some love, guys. They do. Smaller venue, all that whole thing. So yeah. Dave says, Q, enjoy your run. And then of course, Dave mentioned the yellow cards. Thank you guys for that. For the rest of you listening, I know a lot of you guys are out there. Do not hesitate. Throw the comments down. We love what you guys have to say. Give us some input. It is all good. It is appreciated. That is for sure. Getting onto that appreciation, also the appreciation of our community. I'm going to hand this one over to Tony. He's got some community news for us. Probably a lot to do with the game coming up this weekend, right, Tony?
Yes. I was like, wait, what? I was like, I like spazzed out for a second. I was like, wait, what? Yes. So of course it's game day. It's coming down to the finals game days of the season. I think we have one more after this, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yes. So for this one is
more.
going. Well, yeah, two more. Okay. So, but this one is going to be a very, very entertaining and crazy time. So we'll start off with supporters. Of course, we're having our tailgates. Everyone's going to be there. BA is doing a very cool little event with some little treats to keep us warm. Yet I don't know if it'll be cold. It's a weird thing, but it's still going to be very good. Fan Fest will be there. There'll be Aztec dancers, food and drinks, the usual Fan Fest that you get and everything like that. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because now, of course, we're going to be there. We're going to be there to support the boys. There's a lot of people coming from outside of Los Angeles to come watch this game because of our new acquisition of Sunny. But we are honoring one of the legends, one of our first superstars, to give us a chance of Carlos Vela. Everyone is getting a Carlos Vela shirt.
Yep.
So there's no get in line, get in there quickly. You will get a shirt, Carlos Vela shirt. There'll be a whole presentation and everything like that. Also,
if done properly by the stadium. I'll throw that out there. Yes. You know.
If you know giveaways with anything in Los Angeles, or very collectible, especially when it comes to our history, depending on what you're trying to collect. Now, also because it's collectible, there are drink that have Carlos Vela on it and popcorn buckets that you can purchase at the stadium. So if you remember Hello Kitty, same deal. I don't know where they're going to be. It's not coffee this time, so they will release when they release them, and I'll see if I can post it before I remember. And also, whole presentation for Carlos Vela before the game. After the game, there will be a fireworks show to celebrate everything, and then there's supposed to be a surprise. What that surprise is, who knows? Any guesses, you guys?
I can't spoil it because I don't know what it is this time, but I saw some rumors. I know you've mentioned some rumors.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to spoil that on you either, but well, I know Ollie's getting a new mask. I'm not sure you're gonna wear it for this mask, but I know that's happening. I'm just, again, having Vela at the game, not in a uniform, is already a surprise. Straight up. He hasn't been there a whole lot. So it's nice to have him in. I'm really hoping that we have a bit of a reunion from a lot of our former legends, right? That's a good one for me. But Tony, you have another suspicion that's much bigger, right?
It wasn't my suspicion. It was floating around Twitter/X that one source, there was just one source, and it was just more of a guess. It could be a statue. That could be a possibility. That would be a great way to, show appreciation, because we've been talking about this. Everyone knows it's coming. Eventually it will come. Who knows when? And what better time than his appreciation of his history with us to unveil his statue. And I think it would probably go in Pepsi Plaza.
Should. Yeah.
Should, but who knows?
Yeah. I hope that's going to be the news. If there's ever been a player that's earned it, it's him. For what he's done for this club. Again, putting us on the map, being that first guy that could stick his neck out and say, I'm signing on with years to play in my career. It's a big deal. What he did for us is a big deal. Again, not our first captain, but our captain to win a cup, right? And so I think it would be insanely cool if it gets announced. Whether it's there or not, just the announcement and saying it's going to be built, that could be it too, a model of some sort. I hope so. I'm hoping so. Bam, do you have any other theories as what the surprise might be?
Well, I can already and I know it's going to be heartbreaking for a lot of our listeners, but one of the surprises will not be me in attendance. I just can't make it over, so I won't be able to make it there. I think it won't be a jersey retirement because you just can't do that with that number so soon. I think like maybe the south end might get renamed to the Carlos Vela stand or something like that. I think I can see something like that happening.
You know what would be cool? Carlos Vela Performance Center. That would be fitting. I think. A thought. Yeah, you might be right. It could be some dedication of some sort. But I'm guessing there's probably going to be city people, politicians, you name it, a lot of people coming back for this thing. Again, he's earned the love. So I'm looking forward to it. And of course, I know 3252 they're going to show up, that, in force. It's going to be, man, Northland's going to be wild for this one. Really looking forward to it. That's for sure. And of course, the fireworks show afterward. Hey, kids are going to love that, so I can't complain. That should be fun. For sure.
Only issue I have with it. This is my only gripe with this whole situation. It's on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Like, most, if not all, have to be at work the next day. So, mind you, it's a not late game, but late for a Sunday. And then to add the fireworks show, which should be fun, it's going to be very gruesome, very tiring, especially since also, forgot to mention, because this is also going to be another collectible, but it's not given out free. A new LAFC Carlos Vela. Why am I saying this? Carlos Vela scarf and shirts that had just been announced. So again, for people who collect scarves, I'm talking to you, Joseph, and I'm talking to Mr. Scarf from Bank Defenders of the Bank. Be on the lookout because I believe that one will sell out pretty quickly, not just because, of the new fandom that we have, but again, special place in our hearts for Carlos Vela, and I believe that one will sell out quickly.
It's got a signature on it. It's just a cool design. Yeah.
Who needs a signature though? I have one already. Hold on. Let me.
Oh, real? I know.
Like, so for the people viewers, I'm bringing out my old championship Black Army one that I wore for the final.
Bro,
signed by
upside down. He's got it upside down, people. Come on.
Oh my god.
There you go.
For that. There you go. Sorry. And it is signed by Mr. Carlos Vela, Denis Bawanga, Chiellini, and most of the championship team. Mind you, we did lose some players because of, how championship goes. Winning teams, people leave because of the parity of all this stuff. So, signature wise, I have this. Maybe I'll bring it out for the retirement for it. It's got some wear and tear. It's got some smoke on it, but it's a prized possession, and maybe we'll bring it out. But you can get a signature from Carlos Vela, and it's kind of cool because he barely signs anything. But if he
doesn't sign a lot, he doesn't. It's not his thing. That's for sure.
Unless he's playing basketball.
Yeah, I might catch him at a Laker game. Then you get an autograph. But Yeah. Again, it's rare to have him come out like this. I really do hope that he hangs around and offers the autographs to you guys and all that, photo ops and all. Again, happy he's coming back for this show. He's earned this moment. We've been waiting for this, but it's kind of overdue, to be honest. So this will be fun. That's for sure. And the boys, of course, need to step up to make it a thing, and get that win, make it even more happy. Now, do we have any music, guys? We got to get to that Black and Gold Vinyl Club minute before we preview the match itself. Looks like Bam's got something. What do you got?
I've got something, and because I was tossing up between a couple of them, and I thought, nah, I'll go with this one because of what's happening this weekend of the game. We get to say thank you to Carlos Vela. So for me, I'm going to go to 1998 with a song that was also sampled by Eminem. I'm going to go with Thank You by Dido.
Wow. Okay. That's an interesting one. I have another thought, but I have a feeling Tony has the same thought, so I'm going to let him go first.
No, you go first. We don't have the same
I was
thought.
going to say Vicente Fernandez and go with El Rey. I mean, why would you not do that? But maybe. Yeah, Tony, you got one better.
Well, I was still on my K-pop kick because the announcement of one of the best international, worldwide K-pop boy bands ever has announced they're being in Coachella. And if you don't know who we're talking about, you've seen one of the former group members in Squid Games, and I'm talking about Big Bang. They are announced for Coachella. They're the ones who broke through the mold, got into international and sold out arenas when no one else thought they could in Europe and in US, and they are hopefully coming back together. Please come back. And the one I would go with, because we're just scoring goals after goals with hat tricks with both Sunny and Bouanga. I'm going with one of my favorite songs from them, Bang Bang Bang.
And there it is. We've got our K-pop. We've got Chente. We got Dido. Yeah. The song list improves yet again. I feel so sorry for Tony as he establishes our playlist over the 400 plus episodes that we've offered you guys.
Technically, it's not 400 because we didn't start this until before we hit 200. I just got to start. I got to find out when to start that, and then go from there. And then I add multiple ones because then we start adding multiples and threes, and but there were repeats.
We had to make up for it. Yeah, he might have to use some artistic license and go, that one was the best of the three, and we'll just leave it at that. Have fun with that, especially with all the nursery rhyme stuff that we throw in there. And we've had some fun with this thing. But yes, definitely love the Black and Gold Vinyl Club Minute. We're going to keep that bad boy going, which brings us into the match itself. Yes, that's why you're here. You want to hear about the preview of the next match. Of course, it's against RSL.
Before we get into this,
I
was going to chuck in there, LFC 2 did have a game early today.
Oh, yes.
They unfortunately did lose 3-1 to Real Monarchs. Our goal scorer for us was Marius. I'm going to butcher his last name. Ayenro. And then we had Adam Saldana sent off in the game too with 2 yellow cards. So looking at that too, with having 2 games left, if we were to win the next 2 games, it would put us on equal points with 8th spot. But we got -12 and currently 8th spot at the moment, being Austin FC2 on -1. So we need them to lose both their games, us to win both ours. Same with North Texas and Houston to lose their last games for us to even get a chance in. So unfortunately, all we're doing is playing games for experience, and that's it for the rest of the season for LAFC2.
Yeah, we do not control our destiny anymore. That's not eliminated, but things have to fall into place. Tough break for the boys, that's for sure. Finish strong though. Again, get those wins, even make it close, make it interesting to the end of this thing. If they sneak in, cool. If they don't, bummer deal, but at least finish strong. That's essential. Thank you for that, Bam. All right, let's get into this match. 6 p.m. kickoff on Sunday, September 21st. The rematch against RSL. They'll have revenge on their minds. We'll be celebrating, trying to lock things in, trying to clinch that playoff spot. There's a lot to happen here. And, of course, RSL is playing for their dear lives, so that counts too. Now, last game, they went with a 4-4-2. I would expect it to be the same, except one guy, of course, had a red card that just kind of throws it all out of whack. That would be Olatunji. I think the most likely player to come in would probably be William Agata, and Luna would probably go up higher as necessary in that setup. Maybe. It's going to be tough for them. What are your thoughts, Bam? How are they going to accommodate for that change?
Just because of how he does against us with his former club, I'll put Johnny Russell to start.
I mean, Johnny Russell, in the moments that he was in this last game, he did look decent.
And he's always a pain in our ass.
Do you think they'd throw Luna up higher then, if that was the case?
Nah, see, I reckon it'll be a straight swap. Chuck Russell up top, Luna's in the midfield for more of his endurance, and go from there. But yeah, just all the niggly stuff that Johnny Russell has always done against us.
Yeah,
for me, it would be a smart play.
Dude's a legend, honestly. He is. He really is. It could happen. Now, who else is in there? Of course, I think no changes. Rafael in goal, Glad Vera in the back, Yedlin, Catranis on the outside, Ojeda and Ellie in the middle, Gozo Luna on the outside, of course, Rowan Cruz up top. And I said maybe Russell, maybe Agata. We'll see. Kind of trips me out that Yedlin's an RSL, to be honest, but there's that. For us, I think is the story. Who's ready to go? Who's been playing proper? Are we going to give a repeat performance and a repeat start for the guys that, let's be honest, kicked ass in Salt Lake? Do you reward them and just throw them back out on the field again? I'll go to you guys on this one before I'll give my 2 cents. Do you think it's the same lineup? Tony, you first. Changes? No changes. What are you thinking?
We run it back, except Hollingshead is out. Smolacek is in. And there is the whole changes.
There it is. All right. Your thoughts, Bam?
I agree with Hollingshead and Smolikov, but I also think because of the turnaround, I'm going to bench Chenier and put in Morin.
Yeah, Morin needs the minutes. That's true. He did get a few in, but
the only reason why I'm benching Chenier is he played a full 90. So,
but he's young.
Yeah, youngish. Yeah. I want to keep it the same. Honestly, I'd prefer just letting it rip. Even when Hollingshead, let it go, man. And then we'll figure it out after that. Because again, once you find chemistry, the last thing you want to do is muck it up. And God, it looked good. So I hope no changes. Keep it as is. We'll go from there. And substitutions, of course, that's another story. Maybe you'll see some a little earlier because of that back-to-back kind of setup. Again, thankfully the game's on Sunday rather than Saturday. That does help too. So that's our thoughts. Now, what are the boys going to have to do to get the win? I think it's pretty straightforward. Efficiency wins the day. Finishing opportunities. They'll come. With this lineup, they're definitely going to come out. So better question is, what's RSL going to do to make things look a little better than before? Bam, what can they do at RSL to change the potential outcome here?
Honestly, like for RSL to change the outcome, they need to show more determination. They need to rock up from the start. They need to do everything that we kept saying for LAFC to do beginning of the season. rock up, show up early, and play from the first whistle. Same can be said for San Jose. Like, the two biggest things that they did was they allowed us to score within the first 5 minutes, plain and simple. They need to stop that to change this up.
It's kind of a trip. Like, we're basically amping this up to 11 from the first minute. I like, no hesitation. Usually you'll see us kind of ease into games. Now they're just going all out from the first bit. That's how that punch in the mouth vibe is there. That's for sure. And so, are you concerned at all, Tony, with this match?
If the only concern I have, and if they learn, is if RSLs does not give us space, that is the thing. Because if you look at all those goals that were scored, they weren't like grinder. They weren't in between, like, Bouanga had to like juke somebody and then get the shot off. It was open field, hit the races, let's go, giving us too much space, and that's how the goals went. Besides the Sonny goal in the second one, which was, again, still an open space, but he still had to like aim that. So unless they tighten down their defense and midfield, then that's my only concern. If they don't do that, then honestly, I can't see why what happened in Salt Lake happened at home.
Right. If we play according to the game plan, it should happen again. It's that simple. It's in our hands. We got to get the job done. But yeah, if you look at the goals and the way we have been scoring them, it's a bit of that transition game. Feed the passes, especially towards the sideline and then back down middle. Yeah, again, you have the targets that you have. You just got to get the job done. That simple. All right. So, not a lot of comments from the crew. I think we hit this one kind of late tonight. I get you guys. It's a Friday night. You should be out there having a good time. So, what does that mean? It means we're ready to do the game. Make it happen. Close this bad boy out, as we always do. So, on that note, again, for the boys, they got to show up. It's Carlos Vela night. We need a proper celebration. Get the job done. So I leave it to you, boys. Final comments of the day. Bam, your final thoughts, sir.
Final thoughts. This time I can say it without there being a pub the next day. The game is on a Sunday. You got work the next day. Relax. Look after yourselves. Don't go too hard. You want to make sure you get home safely. You want to make sure that you enjoy the day. You remember the day. And again, as I always say, mental health is important. Conversations can change and save a life. Always make sure that you look after each other. And there are services there that you can use. They're there for you to use. If you do need them and you're in the LA County area, phone 800-854-7771 or call, text, or chat with 988. They're there for you to use. There are professionals there that can help you if you need that professional help.
There it is. Thank you for that. Bam. As he says, have a good time more than a great time. Remember it. Get home safe. That's key. Monday comes quickly. And again, look out for everybody around you. These long days with early party times, some folks do have trouble handling that. So look out for your fellow supporter. That's for sure. Tony, final thoughts?
Final thoughts is, let's have fun this Sunday. It's still a party. At the end of the day, a celebration of a great career of Vela. Again, I'll say this because it's like following his career. It's his story is still a what if certain things change, and it also changes one of the countries that I support because of my heritage of what could have they've done with him if things have changed. But again, for what he did, great career overall in Europe, great career over here in the MLS, won multiple championships with us, and that's what he came to do. So with that being said, have fun out there. And I don't think we've had this conversation, and I just need to get this on record because I got called out by my friends, and and I don't know if anyone's mentioned it on any of the other podcasts or anything, but we got mooned and then we got sunny.
Yep. Night and day.
We got night and day.
That's funny.
Yeah. And
I'll leave it at that. Well said, sir. Yes. The era of the sun is upon us here, right? Sonny has again, on and off the field, has done everything proper. More than I think we could have expected in this short period that he's been with us. And he's bringing out the best in the boys. So if he's bringing out the best in the guys on the squad, I hope he brings out the best in all of you. We say stay golden at the end of the episode. We do mean it. This is another opportunity for that. Go out there and celebrate Carlos Vela. Go out and celebrate a season that's really amping up for us at this point. Give everything you have for the 90, just like you expect from them. Be on your best behavior as always and do your best in the stands for the full 90. Enjoy it. Have fun. Let's get a reason to celebrate for the next one and get ready for this shootout all the way into the playoffs because it's going to come quick. Playoffs are going to be here, and hopefully we've got a couple home games, more than a couple home games, to get this run going. So on that note, let's say the final word. Bam.
Stay golden.
Tony. Tony's frozen. All right. On behalf of Tony, I'll do it for him. That's hilarious. He froze. All right. Stay golden, Los Angeles. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Heart of LAFC. Make sure to leave us a rating and review on iTunes or Stitcher. Shoulder to shoulder, the black and gold is taking over.